The engine idled, a low mechanical purr in the late afternoon sun. I was early, sitting in the car, waiting for my son Ethan outside his dorm. The windows were down a crack. The conversation drifted out on the warm air. Two voices, young and loud, shielded by the false privacy of a college stoop. I was about to call him when the words hit the windshield, shattering the peaceful afternoon. "Dude, I don't know how it happened. We were alone, just me and your mom, and I couldn't stop myself." It was Ethan's roommate, Mark. His voice was frantic, ragged. My grip tightened on the steering wheel, the leather groaning under the pressure. I was frozen, every nerve in my body screaming a denial my brain couldn't process. Mark continued, the words a sickening, slow-motion bullet. "Now she's calling me, saying she's pregnant. Dude, I'm gonna be the father of your brother." A cold wave washed over me. It wasn't pain yet. It was disbelief, pure and sterile. Ethan's reply was a terrified whisper. "If my dad finds out, he'll cut your Johnson in half. Don't tell anyone." I closed my eyes. They thought they were safe. They thought I was an hour away. They thought they had secured a secret that would poison my life from the inside out. They were wrong. The betrayal wasn't the affair. The betrayal was the conspiracy. And the most shocking truth wasn't what Mark said, but what I had orchestrated. This entire conversation, the timing, the location, the panicked confession, was a trap. It had started subtly, 6 months ago. The late-night texts, the evasive answers, the sudden critical edge in her voice when I questioned her schedule. Wives don't change that much without a catalyst. I'm a structural engineer. I see fault lines before the collapse. I didn't yell, I didn't accuse, I just started collecting data. Phone records, credit card statements. The receipts didn't point to a man my age, they pointed to the college town where my son lived. They pointed to Mark. The first moment of absolute certainty came during a call with Ethan. He was unnaturally protective of his roommate. A tremor in his voice when he mentioned Mark staying over for help with a project during one of her clandestine trips. My son was covering for her. He was an accomplice. That's when the strategy shifted from investigation to cold, surgical revenge. I knew she was pregnant. I had seen the discreet appointment on her shared digital calendar, a checkup she had tried to disguise. The real goal wasn't to catch her, it was to use her guilt and her secret to expose the depth of the deception involving my own son. I started planting the seeds with Mark. A simple, well-timed conversation with Ethan about how I had a massive insurance payout coming, enough to set up Mark's struggling family for life, but only if I trusted him completely. A perfect lure. Then I had Ethan meet Mark at that precise spot, knowing the loose-tongued roommate couldn't contain his terrified secret, especially under the pressure of a fabricated financial promise. I had my mic. I had the proof. I drove home. The journey was silent, not with grief, but with the cold satisfaction of a plan flawlessly executed. I walked into the house. She was in the kitchen, humming, radiating the false glow of a woman with a secret life. "Hello, darling," she chirped. The sound was nails on slate. I walked to the kitchen table. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't look at her. I simply placed my phone on the wooden surface and pressed play. The room filled with Mark's frantic voice. "Dude, I don't know how it happened. Now she's calling me, saying she's pregnant." She froze. The humming stopped. Her face, white and draining, looked like cracked marble. Then came Ethan's terrified, whispered betrayal. "If my dad finds out, he'll cut your Johnson in half." The recording finished. I didn't need a word. I just looked at her, my eyes flat, empty of love, full of quiet power. She crumbled, sinking to the floor in a silent, shaking heap of exposed lies. "It was a cleverly staged plan," I finally said, my voice low and devoid of emotion. To make you believe I was blind. To make you confess the entire scope of your deception to someone I knew would tell me. I didn't wait for her hysterical apologies. I simply put a sealed envelope on the counter, the divorce papers, already filed. I took my keys, I walked out of the house and out of their lives, leaving the recording of their conspiracy echoing in the silence. The rage was gone, replaced by a surgical coldness. They got the truth, and I got my freedom. I never looked back. The betrayal was exposed, and the control was mine entirely.